This is the QB Huddle Podcast, hosted by Jim Smith and Brandon Newell.
Well, we talked about the good, and we had a couple different quarterbacks this week. It was a good week of quarterback play, apparently. A couple weeks ago, we didn't have that to talk about. But let's go. This is my favorite. Let's go to the garbage juice, right? We bring out the truck, and we throw them right up in there. I've got mine. I'm going to hold on to it. I hope nobody else picks them. But, Coach Cole, we're going to go to you first. Who was in the garbage juice yesterday?
Man, my pick is Sam Howell.
Uh-oh.
Trash.
That sounds like an Eagles fan.
Trash.
So here's the thing. It's more of that like quarterback disappointment, right? Because you finally get into a point where you have a chance to be what people are now starting to call you. Okay, this guy could be a franchise quarterback. You're taking the Eagles to the brink. The offense is efficient. You're moving the ball, and you have a chance to build some momentum. And then you go and lay an egg against one of the worst teams in the NFL, the Giants.
The worst teams.
These are the games that you have to win.
I agree.
If you want to establish yourself going into the minicamp and going into the offseason to turn the ball over 3 times against a team that should not be on the field with you, and then it's a division game on top of that, I can't defend it.
All right. We love that. I mean, let's go, Washington. I think Washington should get relegated back to the XFL. Especially after losing to the Giants. I mean, their uniforms look XFL-ish. Their play looks XFL-ish. Maybe they could win something. Who knows? They haven't won anything since the 80s. So, all right, Brandon.
Been a while.
Who's in your garbage juice this week?
I mean, Coach took it as far as Sam Howell, but I'll go with another one, man. And he's just been trending down like crazy. Zach Wilson.
Oh my God.
Sorry.
That seems
man,
like
brother, I don't know what's going on. You've got Alan Lazard, you got Breece Hall, you've got a good, plethora of skill players. Obviously, your line's a little suspect, but you have the ability to move and extend plays, and you just can't come out and lay an egg, man. I mean, you're one of the worst. You're last in completions, you're last in yards, you're last in touchdowns, but you were the number 2 overall pick. The head coach is putting his soul out there to like, man, I'm just going to ride with you. Let's see what happens. And you're not doing anything about it. I mean, you go and lay an egg to Buffalo 32-6. You get benched for a guy that is he a team captain? He goes out with a coin toss all the time, but he didn't do anything either. So he didn't show any leadership there. They didn't lead anything. 6 points. No. It's pathetic, man. When you got a guy like Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson, Alan Lazard. I mean, you got some guys out there, and that defense can only do so much, man.
I like it.
It's sad. It's pretty bad.
I like it. You're 100% right, and I like Zach.
Sit down.
Out of college, I thought he was going to have something.
Man,
sit down.
He hasn't shown anything. I'm going to go to another guy that hasn't shown anything. In fact, I've got 2 rookies on the list, but because you guys, neither one of you said this one, I'm going to enjoy the heck out of it. Yes, I have a Chiefs jersey on today because I am a Cowboys fan, and so I want the Eagles to lose. So I'm a huge Chiefs fan tonight because, that's just how it rolls. But I'm a Cowboys fan, and what the Cowboys did to Bryce Young yesterday, Bryce Young once again, week after week after week, he could really just pay rent in the garbage juice. He could just live there because that's where he is. 16 for 29, 123 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. The Panthers averaged 3 yards a play. He was sacked 7 times. They were 33% on 3rd down. It's an absolute train wreck is what it is. He didn't look comfortable. Not one play in that game yesterday. He made 0 plays, and I don't know what the Panthers are going to do. I don't see Bryce Young ever being a good NFL quarterback. He's smart as a whip. He knows where the ball is supposed to go, but he just simply doesn't have the ability to get it there.
I think it's his feet.
And I saw
his feet are slow.
Yeah.
To me,
he's not.
You got to be quick.
Uber athletic, right? If you're going to be that small, you have to be special athletically, and he's not. And I think that's a problem. The ball is almost bigger than his hand, by the way. I mean, what I mean by that is I can't see his hand holding the ball. I can't see any of his fingers. I mean,
he's a small guy.
He's a small, tiny guy, and he's getting taken down very easily. And I'll give him credit for one thing. He lasted till the end of the game because Micah Parsons hit him a couple times in such a manner that I wanted to go to the hospital for myself. Like I was hurting. Like, ooh, I think I broke a rib.
It was bad, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got to get better pre-snap. He's got to get better.
Yeah.
I mean, somebody in Carolina is not being honest with him or they're not coaching him, right? Because it's like the same things that you guys named. His feet are horrible this year in the NFL.
It's slow.
College is a little different when you're sitting behind a bunch of 5-stars and your feet don't matter because you're just pushing it out and you can be behind. NFL, everybody's elite, right? But then also what I see from him is pre-snap. I mean, there's no checks, there's no adjustments. I mean, you're letting Cowboys defenders run free. You're not changing protections. Now, whether that's him or I don't know if he has the freedom to do it. I don't know. But part of being a quarterback, you guys know, you got to know your weaknesses, man. You got to protect yourself a little bit. So
put that back into play. Yeah, for sure. He
doesn't do that.
With Frank Reich gave Miles all that money.
Yeah.
Ball in his hands. What are we doing? So I agree with you.
He doesn't look like a number one pick to me. Meanwhile, CJ Stroud is, he had a tough day yesterday with 3 interceptions, but he still won the game. So I couldn't he was running towards the garbage juice. He really wanted to jump in that thing, but because they won, it's hard
he had his toes in it. It was close. If he didn't get that win, I was like, brother, you can't do that.
I want to join all my brothers in the garbage juice. Aiden O'Connell.
You were close.
Yesterday. Bro, Aiden O'Connell, 24-41, 3 interceptions. That's garbage. And I like him.
Yeah.
But I didn't like him yesterday. That was 28% on 3rd down. Like, that's not good. All the rookies are struggling quarterback-wise, except for CJ Stroud, which that's telling. That's telling.
He's dealing, man. He's dealing. His pre-snap is phenomenal.
If he
gets rid of the ball.
Pro Bowl, by the way, he'll be the first and only ever Ohio State quarterback to make the Pro Bowl. If he makes it this year, he'll be the only one ever to have made it. So
nice.
Let's just
can't think of anybody else. Justin Fields didn't make the Pro Bowl.
Justin Fields did not make the Pro Bowl.
No.
That's incredible. Wow.
Yeah, he's the first one.